Hare Krishna, Devang Prabhu, Dandatanam, Jai Shri Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandatanam, Jai Shri Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu Standard Pranam, Jai Shri Prabhupada. Who would like to chant the prayer?
I can chant Prabhu.
Haribol. Yes, thank you, Prabhu.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupah Kada Mahyam Tadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapadakamlam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakanvitamsha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणि प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये शृण्वतां सकता कृष्ण पुण्यश्रवणकीर्तना युद्धन्तस्तोयभद्राणि वितुनोति सुहृत्सतां नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवते सेवया भगवति उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी. Before reciting this Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, which is the very means of conquest, one should offer respectful obeisances unto the personality of Godhead Narayana, unto Naranarayana Rishi, the supermost human being, unto Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning, and unto Srila Vyasdev, the author. Sri Krishna, the personality of Godhead, who is the Paramatma super soul in everyone's heart, and the benefactor of the truthful devotee, cleanses desire for material enjoyment from the heart of the devotee who has developed the urge to hear his messages, which are in themselves virtuous when properly heard and chanted. By regular attendance in the classes on the Bhagavatam and by rendering service to the pure devotee, all that is troublesome to the heart is almost completely destroyed, and loving service unto the personality of Godhead, who is praised with transcendental songs, is established as an irrevocable fact. Jai Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki Jai.
Haribol, Jai Shri Prabhupada. I'll start Semi Prabhu.
Oh, yes, thank you so much, Rishikesh, Prabhu. Yes, Libang, Prabhu, you can start.
Haribol.
Hare Krishna, obeisance to Krishna.
Hare Krishna Vivek Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam, Jai Shri
Krishna,
Prabhupada.
Jai Shri Prabhupada. Haribol.
Oh, it's text 41.
Yes, Prabhu.
Pravrittaya nivartaya pitri devaya karmane namo dharma vipakaya mrityave dukkha daya cha. Synonyms: pravrittaya, inclination. Nivrittaya, disinclination. Priti devaya, unto the master of Pitraloka. Karmane, unto the resultant action of fruitive activities. Namaha, offering respect. Adama, irreligious. Vipakayam, unto the result. Mrityave, unto death. Dukkha daya, the cause of all kinds of miserable conditions. Cha also. Translation by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. My dear Lord, you are the viewer of the results of pious activities. You are disinclination, and the resultant activities. You are the cause of the miserable conditions of life caused by irreligion, and therefore you are death. I offer you my respectful obeisances. This is still Lord Shiva, Lord Shiva's prayers.
Yeah, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, Prabhu. Prabhu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead is situated in everyone's heart, and from him issue issues issue a living entity's inclination and disinclinations. This is confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita. Sarvasya chaham hirdi sani vishto mataha smriti gyanam apohanam cha. I am seated in everyone's heart, and from me comes remembrance, knowledge, and forgetfulness. Bhagavad Gita 15.15. The Supreme Personality of Godhead causes the Asuras to forget him and the devotees to remember him. Once these inclinations are due to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, according to the Bhagavad Gita, the Asuras do not know which way one should be inclined to act and which way one should not be inclined to act. Pravrittim and pravritrim cha nivirtim cha janam na vidur asuraha. Those who are demoniac do not know what is to be done and what is not to be done. Bhagavad Gita 16.7. Although the asuras oppose devotional service, it is to be understood that they are inclined that way due to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, because the Asuras do not like to engage in the Lord's devotional service. The Lord within gives them the intelligence to forget. Ordinary karmis desire promotion to Pitraloka, as confirmed in Bhagavad Gita. Yanti deva vrata devan pratin yanti priti vartaha. Those who worship the demigods will take birth among the demigods, and those who worship the ancestors will go to their ancestors. Bhagavad Gita 9.25. In this verse, the word dukkha daya is also very significant for those who are non-devotees, are perpetually put into the cycle of birth and death. This is a very miserable condition because one's position in life is attained according to one's activities. Hare Krishna, Pranjal Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam, Jai Shri Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dhanavad Pranam, Jai Shri Prabhupada.
This is a very miserable condition because one's position in life is attained according to one's activities. The asuras or non-devotees are put into such miserable conditions. Text 42. Okay, text 42. Namaste, is it namaste? Namaste Ashisham Isha Manave Karanatmane Namo Dharmaya Barhate Krishnaya Kunta Medase Purushaya Puranaya Sankaya Yogeshwaraya Cha. Synonyms: Namaha, offering obeisances there unto you, Ashisham, Isha, of O topmost of all bestowers of benediction, Manave, unto the supreme mind, or supreme Manu, Karana, Atmane, the supreme cause of all causes, Namaha, offering obeisances, Dharmayam, unto one who knows the best of all religion, Barhate, the greatest, Krishnaya, unto Krishna, Akunta, Medasem, unto one whose brain activity is never checked, Purushaya, the supreme person, Pura Nayam, the oldest of their old, Sankhya Yoga Ishvarya, the master of the principles of Sankhya Yoga, Cha. And translation: My dear Lord, you are the topmost of all bestowers, all benediction, the oldest of the supreme enjoyer. Amongst all enjoyers, you are the master of all the worlds. Metaphysical philosophy, for you are the supreme cause of all causes. Lord Krishna, You are the greatest of all religious principles, the supreme mind, and you have a brain which is never checked by any condition. Therefore, I repeatedly offer my obeisances unto you. Purport: the word Krishnayam, Akunta Madasim are significant in this verse. Modern scientists have stopped their brain work by discovering the theory of uncertainty. But factually, for a living being, there cannot be any brain activity which is not checked by time and space limitations. A living entity is called Anu, an atomic particle of the spirit soul, and therefore his brain is also atomic. It cannot accumulate unlimited knowledge. This does not mean, however, that the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, has a limited brain. What Krishna says and does is not limited by time and space. In Bhagavad Gita, it is said, Vedaham Samati Tani Vartatmana Vartamanani Charjuna Bhavishyani Cha Bhutani Mam Tu Vida Nakshana Kashana. O Arjuna, as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, I know everything that has happened in the past, all that is happening in the present, and all things that are yet to come. I also know all living entities, but me no one knows. Bhagavad Gita 7.26. Krishna knows everything, but one cannot know Krishna without being favored by him. Thus, for Krishna and his representatives, there is no question of a theory of uncertainty. What Krishna says is all perfect and certain and is applicable to the past, present, and future. Nor is there any uncertainty for one who knows exactly what Krishna says. The Krishna consciousness movement is based on Bhagavad Gita as it is, as spoken by Lord Krishna, and for those who are engaged in this movement, there is no question of uncertainty. Lord Krishna is also addressed herein as Ashisham Isha. The great saintly personalities, sages, and demigods are able to offer benedictions to ordinary living beings. Can go down, Prabhu. Ordinary living entities, but they in turn are benedicted by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Without being benedicted by Krishna, one cannot offer benediction to anyone else. The word Manave, meaning unto the Supreme Manu, is also significant. The Supreme Manu in Vedic literature is Swayambhuva Manu, who is an incarnation of Krishna. All the Manus Semi Prabhu, we are in the Swayambhuva Manu now, ne? Or is it the Vaishishta?
I forgot, Prabhu.
Okay, Prabhu. Okay, Swayambhuva Manu, who is an incarnation of Krishna. All the Manus are empowered incarnations of Krishna. Man Avatar, Manvantavatar. There are 14 Manus in one day of Brahma, 420 in 1 month, 5,040 in 1 year, and 504,000 Manus in the lifetime of Brahma. Since all the Manus are directors of human society, and ultimately Krishna is the supreme director of all of human society. In other sense, the word Manave indicates the perfection of all kinds of mantras. The mantra delivers the conditioned soul from his bondage. So simply by chanting the mantra Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, one gain deliverance from any condition. Karanatmane, everything has a cause. The theory of chance is repudiated in this verse. Because everything has its cause, there is no question of chance, because so-called philosophers and scientists are unable to find the real cause. They foolishly say that everything happens by chance. In Brahma Samhita, Krishna is described as the cause of all causes. Therefore, he is addressed herein as Karanatmane. His very personality is the original cause of everything, the root of everything, and the seed of everything, as described in the Vedanta Sutra. Janmadi Asya Yataha. The absolute truth is the supreme cause of all emanations. The word Sankhya Yogeshvaraya is also significant herein, for Krishna is described in Bhagavad Gita as Yogeshvara, the master of all mystic powers. Without possessing inconceivable mystic powers, one cannot be accepted as God. In this age of Kali, those who have a little fragmental portion of mystic power claim to be God, but such pseudo gods can only be accepted as fools. For only Krishna is the supreme person who possesses all mystic and yogic perfections. The Sankhya Yoga system popular at the present moment was propounded by the atheist Kapila, but the original Sankhya Yoga system was propounded by an incarnation of Krishna, also named Kapila, the son of Devahuti. Similarly, the Tattreya, another incarnation of Krishna, also explained the Sankhya Yoga system. Thus, Krishna is the origin of all Sankhya Yoga systems and mystic yoga powers. The word Paupura Naya Purushaya are also worthy of special attention. In Brahma Samhita, Krishna is accepted as the Adi Purusha, the original person or the original enjoyer. In the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna is also accepted as Purana Purusha, the oldest person. Although he is the oldest of all personalities, he is also the youngest of all. Or Navaya Yayuvana. Another significant word is Dharmaya. Since Krishna is the original propounder of all kinds of religious principles, it is said, Dharmam tu Sakshat Bhagavat. Can go down, bro. Pranitam. No one can introduce a new type of religion, for religion is already there, having been established by Lord Krishna. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna informs us of the original Dharma and asks us to give up all kinds of religious principles. The real Dharma is surrender unto him. In the Mahabharata, it is also said, Ye cho Veda Vido Vipra Ye Chat Yatma Vido Jana Te Vadanti Mahatmanam Krishnam Dharmam Sanatanam. The purport is that one who has studied the Vedas perfectly, who is a perfect Vipra or knower of the Vedas, who knows what spiritual life actually is, speaks about Krishna, the Supreme Person, as one's Sanatana Dharma. Lord Shiva therefore teaches us the principles of Sanatana Dharma. Shakti Traya Sametaya Mdihu She Hankritatmane Cheta Akuti Rupaya Namo Vacho Vibhutaye. Synonyms: Shakti Traya, three kinds of energies, Sametaya, unto the reservoir, Midushe, unto Rudra, Ahankrita Atmane, the source of egotism, Chetaha, knowledge, Akuti, eagerness to work, Rupaya, unto the form of Namaha, my obeisances, Vachaha, unto the sound, Vibhutaye, unto the different types of opulences. Translation: My dear Lord, you are the supreme controller of the worker senses, activities, and results of sense activities, karma. Therefore, you are the controller of the body, mind, and the senses. You are also the supreme controller of egotism, known as Rudra. You are the source of knowledge and the activities of the Vedic injunctions. Purport: Everyone acts under the dictations of the ego. Therefore, Lord Shiva is trying to purify false egotism through the mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Since Lord Shiva or Rudra is himself the controller of egotism, he indirectly wants to be purified by the mercy of the Lord so that his real egotism can be awakened. Of course, Lord Rudra is always spiritually awake, but for our benefit, he is praying in this way for the impersonalist. Pure egotism is Aham Brahmasmi. I am not this body. I am spirit soul, but it is actual position. But in its actual position, the spirit soul has devotional activities to perform. Therefore, Lord Shiva prays to be engaged both in mind and in action in the devotional service of the Supreme Lord, according to the directions of the Vedas. This is the process for purifying false egotism. Chetaha means knowledge. Without perfection, knowledge one cannot act perfectly. The real source of knowledge is the vachaha, or sound vibration given by Vedic instructions. Here, the words vachaha or vibration means the Vedic vibrations. The origin of creation is sound vibration, and if the sound vibration is clear and purified, perfect knowledge and perfect activities actually become manifest. This is enacted by the chanting of the Maha Mantra Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thus, Lord Shiva is praying again and again for the purification of body, mind, and activities through the purification of knowledge and action under the pure directions of the Vedas. Lord Shiva prays to the Supreme Personality of Godhead so that his mind, senses, and words will all tend towards devotional activities only. Okay. Darshanam no didikshunam dehi bhagavatara chitam rupam priyatma priyata tatamam svanam sarvendriya gunan janma janam, not janma, gunan janam. Synonyms: darshanam, vijena, awa, didik, shunam, desirous, to see. Dehi, kindly exhibit. Bhagavatam, of the devotees, architam, as worshipped by them. Rupam, form. Priyatamam, dear most. Swanam, of your devotees. Sarva indriyam, all the senses. Guna, qualities. Ajanam, very much pleasing. Translation: My dear Lord, I wish to see you exactly in the form that your very dear devotees worship. You have many other forms, but I wish to see your form that is especially liked by the devotees. Please be merciful upon and show me that form, for only that form worshipped by the devotees can perfectly satisfy all the demands of the senses. Purport: in the Shruti or Veda mantra, it is said that the supreme absolute truth is Sarva Kama, Sarva Gandaha, Sarva Rasaha, or in the other words, it is known as Rasovai Saha, the source of all relationable relationships, rasas. We have various senses, the power of seeing, tasting, smelling, touching, etc., and all the propensities of our senses can be satisfied when the senses are engaged in the service of the Lord. Hirishikena, Hirishikesha, Sevanam, Bhakti, Uchyate, Narada Pancha Ratra. Bhakti means engaging all the senses in the service of the master of the senses, Hirishikesha. These material senses, however, cannot be engaged in the service of the Lord. Therefore, one has to become free from all designations. Sarvo padi vinir muktam tat paratpena nirmalam. One has to become free from all designations or false egotism and thus become purified. When we engage our senses in the service of the Lord, the desires or the inclinations of the senses can be perfectly fulfilled. Lord Shiva therefore wants to see the Lord in a form which is inconceivable to the Buddhist philosophers or the Buddhists. The impersonalists and the voidists are also have to see the form of the absolute. In Buddhist temples, there are forms of Lord Buddha in meditation, but these are not worshipped like the forms of the Lord in Vaishnava temples. Forms like Radha Krishna, Sita, Rama, or Lakshmi Narayan. Amongst the different sampradayas, Vaishnava sect, either Radha Krishna or Lakshmi Narayan is worshipped. Lord Shiva wants to see that form perfectly just as the devotees want to see it. The words Rupam Priyata Mam Swanam are especially mentioned here, indicating that Lord Shiva wants to see that form which is very dear to the devotees. The word Swanam is especially significant because only the devotees are very, very dear to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The Gyanis, Yogis, and Karmis are not particularly dear, for the Karmis simply want to see the Supreme Personality of Godhead as their other supplier. The Gyanis want to see him to become one with him, and the Yogis want to see him partially represented with their within their hearts as Param Atma, but the Bhaktas or the devotees want to see him in his complete perfection, as stated in the Brahma Samhita. Venum Kwava Natam Aravindam Dalaya Yataksham Bhavatam Sam Asitam Buddha Sundarangam Kandarpa Koti Kama Niya Vishesha Shobam Govindamadi Purusha. Can go down, Prabhu. Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bijami. I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, who is adept at playing on his flute, whose eyes are blooming like lotus petals, whose head is bedecked with peacock feathers, whose beauty is tinged with the hue of blue clouds, and whose unique lovingness charms millions of cupids. Brahma Samhita 5.30. Thus, Lord Shiva's desire is to see the Supreme Personality of Godhead as he is described in this way. That is, he wants to see him as he appears to the Bhagavatas, the devotees. The conclusion is that Lord Shiva wants to see him in complete perfection and not in the impersonalist or voidist way. Although the Lord is one in his various forms. Advaitam, Achyutam, and Anadim. Still, his form as the young enjoyer or the gopis and companion of the cowhead boys, Kishora Murti, is the most perfect form. Thus, Vaishnavas accept the form of the Lord in his Vrindavan pastimes as the chief form. Singdaha Pravret Ga Gahanashayam Gana Gana Shayamam Sarva Saundaraya Sangraham Charvayata Chatur Bahu Sujata Ruchi Rananam Padmaksh Kosha Palaksha Sham Sundara Buhur Sunasikam Sudvijam Sukapalasayam Sama Karna Vibhushanam. Sinigda glistening Pravrish, rainy season, Gana Shayamam, densely cloudy, Sarva all, Saundarya, beauty, Sangraham, collection, Charu, beautiful, Ayata, bodily features, Chatur Bahu, unto the forearm, Sujata, ultimately beautiful, Ruchira, very pleasing, Ananam, face, Padma Kosha, the whole of the lotus flower, Palasham, petals, Aksham, eyes, Sundara, beautiful, Buhur, eyebrows. Nasikam, raised nose. Divijam, beautiful teeth. Kapalo, kapola, beautiful forehead. Asyam, face. Karna, equally beautiful ears. Vibhushanam, fully decorated. Translation: the Lord's beauty resembles a dark cloud during the rainy season. As the rainfall glistens his Hare Krishna Diraj Prabhu Dandavat Pranam Jai Shri Prabhupada. Glistens, his bodily features also glisten. Okay, the Lord's beauty resembles a dark cloud during the rainy season. As the rainfall glistens, his bodily features also glistens. Indeed, he is the sum total of all beauty. The Lord has 4 arms and exquisitely beautiful face with eyes like lotus petals, a beautiful, highly raised nose, a mind-attracting smile, a beautiful forehead, and equally beautiful and fully decorated ears. Purport: after the scorching heat of the summer season, it is very pleasing to see dark clouds in the sky as confirmed in the Brahma Samhita. Barha vata vatam samam vata vatasam asita Buddha sundarangam. The Lord wears a peacock feather in his hair, and his bodily complexion is just like a blackish cloud. The word Sundara or Simikta means very pleasing, even when compared with Kandarpa Koti Kamaniya. Krishna's beauty is also pleasing that not even millions upon millions of cupids can compare to it. The Lord's form as Vishnu is decorated in all opulence. Therefore, Lord Shiva is trying to see that most opulent form of Narayan or Vishnu. Generally, the worship of the Lord begins with the worship of Narayan or Vishnu, whereas the worship of Lord Krishna and Radha is most confidential. Lord Narayana is worshipable by the Pancharatrika Vidhi or regulative principles, whereas Lord Krishna is worshipable by the Bhagavat Vidhi. No one can worship the Lord in the Bhagavat Vidhi without going through the regulations of the Pancharatrika Vidhi. Actually, neophyte devotees worship the Lord according to the Pancharatrika Vidhi or the regulative principles enjoyed in the Narada Ratra. Pancharatra. Radha Krishna cannot be approached by the neophytes devotees. Therefore, temple worship according to the regulative principles is offered to Lakshmi Narayan. Although there may be a Radha Krishna Vigraha or form, the worship of the neophyte devotees is acceptable as Lakshmi Narayan worship. Worship according to the Pancharatrika Vidhi is called Vidhi Marga. And worship according to the Bhagavad Vidhi principles is called Raga Marga. The principles of Raga Marga are especially meant for devotees who are elevated to the Vrindavan platform. The inhabitants of Vrindavan, the gopis, Mother Yashoda, Nanda Maharaj, the cowherd boys, the cows, and everyone else are actually on the Raga Marga or Bhagavat Marga platform. However, they participate in 5 basic rasas: Dasya, Sakya, Vatsalya, Madhurya, and Shanta. Although these 5 rasas are found in the Bhagavat Marga, in the Bhagavat Marga is especially meant for Vatsalya and Madhurya, or paternal and conjugal love, conjugal relationships. Yet there is the Vipralamba Sakya, the highest fraternal worship of the Lord, especially enjoyed by the cowhead boys. Although there is friendship between Krishna and the cowhead boys, and this friendship is different from the Aishvarga friendship between Krishna and Arjuna. When Arjuna saw the Vishvarupa, the gigantic universal form of the Lord, he was afraid for having treated Krishna as an ordinary friend. Therefore, he begged Krishna's pardon. However, the cowherd boys who are friends of Krishna in Vrindavan sometimes ride on the shoulders of Krishna. They treat Krishna equally, just as they treat one another, and they are never afraid of him. Nor do they ever beg his pardon. Thus, the Ragamarga or Bhagavad Marga friendship exists on a higher platform with Krishna, namely the platform of Vipralamba, with friendship, paternal friendship, conjugal paternal service, as well as conjugal service, are visible in the Vrindavan Raga Marga relationships. Without serving Krishna according to the Vidi Marga, regulative principles of the Pancharatrika Vidi, unscrupulous persons want to jump immediately to the Marga principle. Such persons are called Sahajya. There are also demons who enjoy depicting Krishna and his pastimes with the gopis, taking advantage of Krishna by their licentious character. These demons who print books and write lyrics on the Ragamagra principles are surely on the way to hell. Unfortunately, they lead others down with them. Devotees in Krishna consciousness should be very careful to avoid such demons. One should strictly follow the Vidimarga regulative principles in the worship of Lakshmi Narayan. Although the Lord is present in the temple as Radha Krishna, Radha Krishna includes Lakshmi Narayana. Therefore, when one worships the Lord according to the regulative principles, the Lord accepts the service in the role of Lakshmi Narayan. In the Nectar of Devotion, full instructions are given about the Vidimarga, worship of Radha Krishna or Lakshmi Narayan. Although there are 64 kinds of offenses one can commit in Vidimarga worship, in Ragamarga worship, there is no consideration of such offenses because the devotees on the platform are very much elevated, and there is no question of offense. But if we do not follow the regulative principles on the Vidimarga platform and keep our eyes trained to spot offenses, we will not make progress. In his description of Krishna's beauty, Lord Shiva uses the words Charav Ayata Chatur Bahu Sujata Ruchi Rana Nam, indicating the beautiful four-armed form of Narayan or Vishnu. Those who worship Lord Krishna describe him as Sujata Ruchi Rananam. In the Vishnu Tattva, there are hundreds and thousands of and millions of forms of the Supreme Lord. But of all these forms, the form of Krishna is the most beautiful. Thus, for those who worship Krishna, the word Sujata Ruchi Nanam, Ruchi Rananam is used. The forearms of Lord Vishnu have different purposes. The hands holding a lotus flower and a conch shell are meant for the devotees, whereas the other two hands holding a disc and a mace or club are meant for the demons. Actually, all of the Lord's arms are auspicious, whether they are holding conch shells and flowers or clubs and discs. The demons killed by Lord Vishnu's chakra, disc, and club are elevated to the spiritual world, just like the devotees who are protected by the hands holding the lotus flower and conch shell. However, the demons who are elevated to the spiritual world are situated in the impersonal Brahma effulgence, whereas the devotees who are allowed to enter into the Vaikuntha planets, those who are devotees of Lord Krishna, are immediately elevated to the Goloka Vrindavan planet. The Lord's beauty is compared to rainfall, because when the rain falls in the rainy season, it becomes more and more pleasing to the people. After the scorching heat of the summer season, the people enjoy the rainy season very much. Indeed, they even come out of their doors in the villages and enjoy the rainfall directly. Thus, the Lord's bodily features are compared with the clouds of the rainy season. The devotees enjoy the Lord's beauty because it is a collection of all kinds of beauties. Therefore, the word sarva, saundara, daryam, sangraham is used. No one can say that the body of the Lord is wanting in beautiful parts. It is completely purnam. Everything is complete. God's creation, God's beauty, and God's bodily features, all these are so complete that all one's desires can become fully satisfied when one sees the beauty of the Lord. The word sarva saundaraya indicates that there are different types of beauties in the material and spiritual worlds, and that the Lord contains all of them. Both materialist and spiritualist can enjoy the beauty of the Lord because the Supreme Lord attracts everyone, including demons and devotees, materialist and spiritualist. He is called Krishna. Similarly, his devotees also attract everyone. As mentioned in the Sad Goswami Stotra, Dira 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 Jana Priyau. The Goswamis are equally dear to the Dira devotees and Adira demons. Lord Krishna was not very pleasing to the demons when he was present in Vrindavan, but the 6 Goswamis were pleasing to the demons. But the 6 Goswamis were pleasing to the demons when they were present in Vrindavan. That is the beauty of the Lord's dealings with his devotees. Sometimes the Lord gives more credit to his devotees than he takes for himself. For instance, on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, Lord Krishna fought simply by giving directions, yet it was Arjuna who took the credit for fighting. Nimita Matram Bhava Savya Sachin or Savya Sachin. Bhagavad Gita 11.33. You, O Savya Sachin, Arjuna, can be but an instrument in their fight. Everything was arranged by the Lord, but the credit of victory was given to Arjuna. Similarly, in the Krishna consciousness movement, everything is happening according to their predictions of Lord Chaitanya, but the credit goes to Lord Chaitanya's sincere servants. Thus, the Lord is described herein as Sarva Saundarya Sangraham. Yeah, the next person can read, Prabhu.
Rivol. Okay, Dheeraj Prabhu, you can read next.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji's Dandot Pranam, Jai Shri Prabhupada.
Dandot Pranam, Jai Shri Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu Dandavad Pranam,
Hare
Jai Shri
Bol.
Hare
Prabhupada.
Krishna, Prabhu, please come to obeisance, repeat.
I will read. So, text 48. Priti prahasitapangam alakay rupa shobhitam lasat pankaja ginjalka dukulam rishtakundalam spurat kiritavalya haranupuramechalam shankachakra gada padma mala manyutmardhimat. Priti, merciful. Prahasita, smiling. Apangam, sidelong glance. Alakai, with curling hair. Rupa, beauty. Shobhitam, increased. Lasat, glittering. Pankaja, of the lotus. Kinjalka, saffron. Dukulam, clothing. Mrishta, glittering. Kundalam, earring. Spurat, shiny. Kirita, helmet. Valaya, bangles. Hara, necklace. Nupura, ankle bells. Mekhalam, belt. Shanka, conch shell. Chakra, wheel. Gada, club. Padma, lotus flower. Mala, garland. Money, pearls. Uttama, first class. Radhimat, still more beautified on account of this. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The Lord is excellently beautiful on account of His open and merciful smile and His sidelong glance upon His devotees. His black hair is curly and His garments, waving in the wind, appear as flying saffron pollen from lotus flowers. His glittering earrings, shining helmet, bangles, garland, ankle bells, vest, belt, and various other bodily ornaments combined with conch shell, disc club, and a lotus flower to increase the natural beauty of the Kaustuba pearl on his chest. Purport. The word Prahasitapanga, referring to Krishna's smile and sidelong glances at his devotees, specifically applies to his dealings with the gopis. Krishna is always in a joking mood when he increases the feeling of conjugal rasa in the heart of the gopis. The conch shell club disc and lotus flower can be either held in his hand or seen on the palms of his hands. According to the palmistry, the signs of a conch shell, club, lotus flower, and disc mark on the palms of a great personalities and especially indicate the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Text 49. Simhaskanda Tvishobhibrat Saubhaga Grivakaustubham Shri Shriyanapayina Kshipta Nikashashmorasholashat. Simha, the lion. Skanda, shoulders. Tvisha, the coils of hair. Bibrat, bearing. Saubhag, fortunate. Griva, neck. Kaustubham, the pearl of the name. Shriya, beauty. Anapayinaya, never decreasing. Kshipta, defeating. Nikasha, the stone for testing gold. Ashma, stone. Urasa, with the chest. Ullasat, glittering. Translation: the Lord has shoulders just like a lion. Upon these shoulders are garlands, necklace, and epaulets, and all of these are glittering. Besides these, there is the beauty of the Kaustuba, money pearl, and on the dark chest of the Lord, there are streaks named Shrivatsa, which are signs of the goddess of fortune. The glittering of these streaks excels the beauty of the golden streaks on a gold testing stone. Indeed, such beauty defeats a gold testing stone. Purport: the curling hair on the shoulders of a lion always appears very, very beautiful. Similarly, the shoulders of the Lord were just like a lion's, and the necklace and garlands, along with the Kaustuba pearl necklace, combined to excel the beauty of a lion. The chest of the Lord is streaked with Shrivatsa lines, the signs of the goddess of fortune. Consequently, the Lord's chest excels the beauty of a testing stone of gold for gold. The black siliceous stone on which gold is rubbed to test its value always looks very beautiful, being streaked with gold lines. Yet the chest of the Lord excels even such a stone in its beauty. Text 50. Pura rechaka samvigna vali balgudadodaram Pratishankramyadvishwam nabhyavarta gabhiraya. Pura, inhaling. Richaka, exhaling. Samvigna, agitated. Vali, the wrinkles on the abdomen. Valgu, beautiful. Dala, like the banyan leaf. Udaram, abdomen. Pratishankramyat, coiling down. Vishwam, universe. Nabhaya, navel. Avarta, screwing. Gabhiraya, by deepness. Translation: the Lord's abdomen is beautiful due to three ripples in the flesh. Being so round, his abdomen resembles the leaf of a banyan tree, and when he exhales and inhales, the movements of the ripples appears very, very beautiful. The coils within the navel of the Lord are so deep that it appears that the entire universe sprouted out of it, and yet again wishes to go back. Purport: the whole universe is born out of the lotus stem which sprouted from the navel of the Lord. Lord Brahma sat on the top of this lotus stem to create the whole universe. The navel of the Lord is so deep and coiling that it appears that the whole universe again wants to withdraw into the navel, being attracted by the Lord's beauty. The Lord's navel and the ripples on his belly always increase the beauty of his bodily features. The details of the bodily features of the Lord especially indicate the personality of Godhead. Impersonalists cannot appreciate the beauty of his bodily features. The details of the bodily features, where was I? Yeah. Impersonalist cannot appreciate the beautiful body of the Lord, which is described in these prayers by Lord Shiva. Although the impersonalists are always engaged in the worship of the Lord Shiva, they are unable to understand the prayers offered by Lord Shiva to the bodily features of Lord Vishnu. Lord Vishnu is known as Shiva Virinchinutam, Bhagavatam 11.533. For he is always worshipped by Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva. Text 51. So can anyone please give me some, I missed actually past few sessions, I'm so sorry. The context, Lord Shiva is glorifying Lord Vishnu. So like with to whom he is glorifying, with the conversation is going on between, can anyone tell me something? Chanting the song by Shiva. What was the context of it? Sami Prabhu or anyone? Am I audible? Hare Krishna?
Hare Krishna, yes, Prabhu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anybody knows the context of it? Like
I'm trying to see the
previous
early verse.
chapters I missed. So I know the Prithu Maharaj pastime. So Prithu Maharaj was angry on earth and the earth became cow, and then Prithu Maharaj went back home, back to Godhead. Then Prithu Maharaj meeting with four Kumaras. Then after that, what was the story goes like?
Yes, Prabhu. Then
Like, this is the next chapter to the Lord, like Lord Shiva thanks the Prithu Maharaj elders and like, again continues the path.
Maitreya. Yeah, so the main conversation, it was between Vidura and Maitreya.
Maitreya. Yeah.
Mithura continued. Okay. So this is the dynasty of Maharaj Prithu then.
yes, Prabhu. They explained how
Yeah.
it was shared.
Okay.
Like Prabhu, like Prithu Maharaj's sons, again they will marry. Like Prithu Maharaj's 10 sons, again they will marry to some other wives, Satadruti. Then it continues. Like the 10 sons
Oh
of
yeah, this Pracheta, the
Prithu
story of
Maharaj's,
Pracheta is going on.
yeah.
Yeah.
Then they will
Okay.
go to some heaven planets to practice the devotion service. Then Lord Shiva met them and teaches as spiritual master for them. Then
Okay.
he is he's teaching to all the 10 sons of Prithu Maharaj's sons
Yeah,
about
the Prachetas.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um, so
Okay, got it. So the Prachetas, so they went to do austerities on order of their father to beget nice Krishna conscious children, and they pleased Lord Shiva. I think Lord Shiva got pleased. Some verse is there in this, that by their mutual coordination, cooperation. Yeah.
Yeah, Prabhu, like then Vidura asked about like after meeting to Shiva, what Shiva tells to the 10 sons of Prachitas. So the conversation, like Shiva is telling all the qualities of the Lord and glorifying the Lord. So that's the thing now going on.
Okay, okay. The song
Yes,
is sung by Lord Shiva. Okay, thank you so much, devotees. We were on text 51, I guess. Okay, text 51. Shamashron adhirochishnu duluka swarnamechalam samachar angrig janghoru nimna jano sudarshanam. Shama, blackish, shoni, lower part of the west, Adhi, extra, Rochishnu, pleasing, Dukula, garments, Varna, golden, Mekhalam, belt, Shama, symmetrical, Charu, beautiful, Angri, lotus feet, Jangra, caves, Uru, thighs, Nimna, lower, Janu, knees, Sudarshanam, very beautiful. Translation: the lower part of the Lord west is dark and covered with yellow garments and a belt bedecked with golden embroidery work. His symmetrical lotus feet and the calves, thighs, and joints of his legs are extraordinarily beautiful. Indeed, the Lord's entire body appears to be well built. Purport: Lord Shiva is one of the 12 great authorities mentioned in Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam 6.3.20. These authorities are Swayambhu, Narada, Shambhu, Kumaro, Kapilo, Manu, Prahlada, Janako, Bhishmo, Bali, Vaiyasakhi, or Sukdev Goswami, and Yamaraj. The personalists who generally worship Lord Shiva should learn of the transcendental Satchidananda Vigraha form of the Lord. Here, Lord Shiva kindly describes the details of the Lord's bodily features. Thus, the impersonalist's argument that Lord has no form cannot be accepted under any circumstance. Text 52. Pada Sharad Padma Palasharochisa Nakha Dubirno Tara Angam Vidunvata Pradarshaya Swiyam Apastasadvasam Padam Guru Marga Gurustamojasham. Synonyms: Pada, by the lotus feet; Sarat, autumn; Padma, lotus flower; Palasha, petals; Rochisha, very pleasing; Naka, nails; Dubhi, by the effulgence; Na, our; Antar Agham, dirty things; Vidhunvata, which can cleanse; Pradarshaya, just show; Swiyam, your own; Apashta, diminishing; Sadvasham, the trouble of the material world; Padam, lotus feet; Guru, the supreme spiritual master; Marga, the path; Guru, spiritual master; Tamha, Jusham, of the person suffering in ignorance. Translation: My dear Lord, your two lotus feet are so beautiful that they appear like two blossoming petals of the lotus flower which grows during the autumn season. Indeed, the nails of your lotus feet emanate such a great effulgence that they immediately dissipate all the darkness in the heart of a conditioned soul. My dear Lord, kindly show me that form of yours which always dissipates all kinds of darkness in the heart of a devotee. My dear Lord, you are the supreme spiritual master of everyone. Therefore, all conditioned souls covered with the darkness of ignorance can be enlightened by you as the spiritual master. Purport: Lord Shiva has thus described the bodily features of the Lord authoritatively. Now he wants to see the lotus feet of the Lord. When a devotee wants to see the transcendental form of the Lord, he begins his meditation on the Lord's body by first looking at the feet of the Lord. Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam is considered to be the transcendental sound form of the Lord. And the 12 cantos are divided in accordance with the transcendental form of the Lord. The first and second cantos of the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam are called the two lotus feet of the Lord. It is therefore suggested by Lord Shiva that one should first try to see the lotus feet of the Lord. This also means that if one is serious about reading Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, he must begin by seriously studying the first and second cantos. The beauty of the Lord's lotus feet, the beauty of the lotus feet of the Lord is compared to the petals of a lotus flower which grows in the autumn season. By nature's law, in autumn, the dirty or muddy water of rivers and lakes becomes very clean. At that time, the lotus flower growing in the lakes appear very bright and beautiful. The lotus flower itself is compared with the lotus feet of the Lord, and the petals are compared with the nails of the feet of the Lord. The nails of the feet of the Lord are very bright, as Brahma Samhita testifies. Ananda Chinmaya Sadujjvala Vigrahasya. Every limb of the transcendental body of the Lord is made of Ananda Chinmaya Sadujjvala. Thus, every limb is eternally bright. As sunshine dissipates the darkness of this material world, the effulgence emanating from the body of the Lord immediately dries up the darkness in the heart of the conditioned soul. In other words, everyone serious about understanding the transcendental science and seeing the transcendental form of the Lord must first of all attempt to see the lotus feet of the Lord by studying the first and second cantos of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. When one sees the lotus feet of the Lord, all kinds of doubts and fears within the heart are vanquished. In Bhagavad Gita, it is said that in order to make spiritual progress, one must become fearless. Abhayam sattva samshuddhi. Fearfulness is the result of material environment. It is also said in Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Bhayam dvitayabhiniveshitah syat. Bhagavatam 11-37. Fearfulness is a creation of the bodily conception of life. As long as one is absorbed in the thought that he is the material body, he is fearful, and as soon as one is freed from this material conception, he becomes Brahma Bhuta or self-realized and immediately becomes fearless. Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma. Without being fearless, one cannot be joyful. The bhaktas, the devotees, are fearless and always joyful because they are constantly engaged in the service of the lotus feet of the Lord. Evam prasanna manaso bhagavad bhakti yogataha bhagavat tattva vijnanam mukta sangasya jayate. Bhagavatam 1-20. By practicing Bhagavad Bhakti Yoga, one becomes fearless and joyful. Unless one becomes fearless and joyful, he cannot understand the science of God. Bhagavad Tattva Vijnanam Mukta Sangasya Jayate. This verse refers to those who are completely liberated from the fearfulness of this material world. When one is so liberated, he can really understand the transcendental features of the form of the Lord. Lord Shiva therefore advises everyone to practice Bhagavad Bhakti Yoga as will be clear in the following verses. By doing so, one can become really liberated and enjoy spiritual bliss. It is also stated, Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shulakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. The Lord is the supreme spiritual master, and the bona fide representative of the Supreme Lord is also a spiritual master. The Lord from within enlightens the devotees by the effulgence of the nails of his lotus feet and his representative. The spiritual master enlightens from without. Only by thinking of the lotus feet of the Lord and always taking the spiritual master's advice can one advance in spiritual life and understand Vedic knowledge. Yasya deve parabhaktir yatha deve tatha guru tasyete katitha yartha prakashante mahatmana. Thus the Vedas enjoin that for one who has unflinching faith in the lotus feet of the Lord, as well as in the spiritual master, the real import of Vedic knowledge can be revealed. Text 52. Etadrupam. Actually, I was searching for one verse. It is said that the Lord's lotus feet is, can bestow fearlessness. So the verse is Bhaya tumhara charana. One second, I'm searching. Yeah, so the verse was something like Abhaya, it is said by Bhakti Vinod Thakur, Abhaya Amruta Charana Tumara Charana Dvaya. So the Lord's lotus feet, it bestows the Abhaya, means fearlessness. So this verse is there by Bhakti Vinod Thakur in one nice song. Yeah. Text 52. Yeah. Etadrupam Etadrupam Anu. Etadrupam Anudhyayam Atma Shuddhim Abhipshatam Yadbhakti Yogo Bhyada Sarvat Swadharmam Anutishtatam Etad, this Rupam form, Anudhyayam must be meditated upon. Atma, self, Shuddhim, purification, Abhipshatam, of those who are desiring. So, Yat, that which, Bhakti Yoga, the devotional service, Abhayadya, factual fearlessness, Swadharmam, one's own occupational duties, Anutishtatam, executing. Translation. My dear Lord, those who desire to purify their existence must always engage in the meditation of your lotus feet, as described above. Those who are serious about executing their occupational duties and who want freedom from fear must take to this process of Bhakti Yoga. Purport. It is said that the transcendental name, form, pastimes, and entourage of the Lord cannot be appreciated by the blunt material senses. Therefore, one has to engage himself in devotional service so that the senses may be purified and one can see the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Here, however, it is indicated that those who are constantly engaged in meditating on the lotus feet of the Lord are certainly purified of the material contamination of the senses and are thus able to see the Supreme Lord eye to eye. The word meditation is very popular in this age amongst the common people, but they do not know the actual meaning of meditation. However, from the Vedic literature, we learn that the yogis are always absorbed in meditation upon the lotus feet of the Lord. Dhyana avastitatat gatena manasa pashyanti yam yogina. Bhagavatam 12:13:1. This is the real business of the yogis. To think of the lotus feet of the Lord. The Lord Shiva therefore advises that one who is actually serious about purification must engage himself in this type of meditation or in the mystic yoga system, which will help him not only to see the Lord within constantly, but to see him eye to eye and become his associate in Vaikuntha Loka or Golok Vrindavan. The word Swadharmam, as in Swadharmam Anutishtatam, indicates that the system of Varnashram, which indicates the occupational duty of the Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishyas, and Shudras, and which is the perfect institution for humanity, must be supported by Bhakti Yoga. If one at all wants security in life, generally people think that simply by executing the occupational duties of a Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishyas, or Shudra, or the duty of a Brahmachari, Grihastha, Vanprastha, or a Sannyasi, one becomes fearless or security attains liberation or securely attains liberation. But factually, unless all these occupational duties are accompanied by Bhakti Yoga, one cannot become fearless. In Bhagavad Gita, there are descriptions of Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Dhyana Yoga, etc. But unless one comes to the point of Bhakti Yoga, these other yogas cannot help one attain the highest perfection of life. In other words, Bhakti Yoga is the only means for liberation. We find this conclusion also in Chaitanya Charitamrita. In discussion between Lord Chaitanya and Rai Ramananda regarding a human being's liberation from this material world. In that discussion, Ramananda Rai referred to the execution of Varnashram Dharma, and Lord Chaitanya indicated Ehobahya, that the Varnashram Dharma was simply external. Lord Chaitanya wanted to impress upon Ramananda Rai that simply by executing the duties of Varnashram Dharma, one is not guaranteed liberation. Finally, Ramananda Rai referred to the process of Bhakti Yoga. Sthane sthita shrutikdam tanvan manobhi. Bhagavatam 10:14-3. Yeah, this is words by Lord Brahma. It says at whatever position, constitutional position one is, at whatever situation one is in, he should at all time should worship Lord Krishna and do perform devotional service. Yeah. Regardless of one's condition of life, if he practices Bhakti Yoga, which begins with hearing Shruti-gatam, the transcendental messages of the Lord through the mouths of devotees, he gradually conquers the unconquerable God. God is known to be unconquerable, but one who submissively hears the words of a self-realized soul conquers the unconquerable. The conclusion is that if one is serious about liberation, he not only should execute the occupational duties of Varnashram Dharma, but should also engage in Bhakti Yoga by beginning hearing from a realized soul. This process will help the devotee conquer the unconquerable Supreme Personality of Godhead and become his associate after giving up the material body.
Ribol. Okay, one last verse.
Yeah, the conquering the unconquerable. It's there in the 10th canto, the same verse. Sthane sthita shrutigatam tanuvan manobir te prayaso ajita jito prasites trilokyam. So the same verse 10:14:3, one conquers the unconquerable. It's there. This is nice verse 10:14:3. It is said by Lord Brahma. Yeah. Okay, last verse 54. Bhavan bhakti mata labhyo durlabha sarvadehinam swarajyasyapyabhimata एकांतेनात्मविद् गति. Bhavan, your grace, Bhaktimata, by the devotee, Labhya, obtainable, Durlabha, very difficult to be obtained, Sarvadehinam, all other living entities. Can you go down, Prabhu? Swarajasya, of the King of Heaven, Api, even, Abhimata, the ultimate goal, Ekantena, by oneness, Atmavit, of the self-realized, Gati, the ultimate destination. Translation: My dear Lord, the king in charge of the heavenly kingdom is also desirous to obtain the ultimate goal of life, devotional service. Similarly, you are the ultimate destination of those who identify themselves with you, Aham Brahmasmi. However, it is very difficult for them to attain you, whereas a devotee can very easily attain your lordship. Purport: as stated in Brahma Samhita, Vedeshu Durlabham Adurlabham Atma Bhakto. This indicates that it is very difficult for one to attain the ultimate goal of life and reach the supreme destination. Vaikuntha Loka or Golok Vrindavan, simply by studying Vedant philosophy or Vedic literature. However, this highest perfectional stage can be attained by the devotees very easily. That is the meaning of Vedeshu Durlabham Atma Bhakto. The same point is confirmed by Lord Shiva in this verse. The Lord is very difficult for the Karma Yogis, Jnana Yogis and Dhyana Yogis to attain. Those who are Bhakti Yogis, however, have no difficulty at all. In the word Swarajasya, Swar refers to Swargaloka, the heavenly planet, and Swaraj refers to the ruler of the heavenly planet, Indra. Generally, karmis desire elevation to heavenly planets, but King Indra desires to become perfect in Bhakti Yoga. Those who also identify themselves as Aham Brahmasmi, I am the Supreme Brahman, one with the absolute truth, also ultimately desire to attain perfect liberation in the Vaikuntha planets or Golok Vrindavan. In Bhagavad Gita, it is said, Bhaktya mam abhijanati yavan yaschashmi tatvatah tato mam tatvato jnatva vishate tad anantaram. One can attain the supreme personality as he is only by devotional service. And when one is in full consciousness of the Supreme Lord by such devotion, he can enter into the kingdom of the God. Thus, if one desires to enter into the spiritual world, he must try to understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead by practicing Bhakti Yoga. Simply by practicing Bhakti Yoga, one can understand the Supreme Lord in truth. But without such understanding, one cannot enter the spiritual kingdom. One may be elevated to the heavenly planets or may realize himself as Brahman, Aham Brahmasmi, but that is not end of realization. One must realize the position of the Supreme Personality of Godhead by Bhakti Yoga. Then real perfection of life is attained. Hari Bol. Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki jai, Shri Prabhupada ki.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Thank you so much, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhu. Who wants to start 6 Astakam prayers?
Cheto,
Yes. Continue.
I can continue. Cheto darpanamarjanam bhavamahadavagninirvapanam shreya kaivachandrika vitaranam vidya vadu jivanam anandam burdi vardhanam pratipadam purnamritasvadanam sarvatmasnapanam param vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtana.
नामकारी बहुधा सर्वशक्ति तत्रार्पिता नियमिता स्मरणेन काला एतादृशी तव कृपा भगवन् ममापि दुर्दैवमिदृशं है जनिननुग्रहा
Trinarapi Sunichana Daro Api Sahishnuna Amanina Manadena Kirtaniya Sadahari.
नगनं न जनं न सुन्दरीं कवितां वा जगदीशकामये मम जन्मनि जन्मनीश्वरे भगवद्भक्तिर्हेतुकी त्वयि
Tainanda Tanuja Kinkaram Patitamam Vishame Bhavam Buddho Kripaya Dvavapara Pangaja Stitadole Sadrisham Vichintaya.
नयनं गलदाश्रुधारया वदनं गद्गदहृदया गिरा पुलकेन चिन्तं वपुकदा तव नामग्रहणे भविष्यति
Yugaitam Nimishena Chakshusha Pravishaitam Shunyaitam Jagat Sarvam Govinda Virahena Me.
अश्लिष्यवापादरतं विनष्टु मामदर्शनानमरमहतं करोति वा यथा तथा वा विदधातु लम्पटो मत्प्राणनाथस्य सेवनापरः
Haribol.
Translation. Cheto the glory to Sri Krishna Sankirtana, which cleanses the heart of all the debts accumulated for years and extinguishes the fire of conditional life, of repeated birth and death. The Sankirtana movement is the prime benediction for the humanity at large because it spreads the rays of the benediction moon. It is the life of all transcendental knowledge. It increases the ocean of transcendental bliss and it enables us to fully taste the nectar for which we are always anxious.
O my Lord, your holy name alone can render all benedictions to living beings, and thus you have hundreds and millions of names like Krishna and Govinda. In these transcendental names, you have invested all your transcendental energies. There are not even hard and fast rules for chanting these names. O my Lord, out of kindness, you enable us to easily approach you by chanting your holy names, but I'm so unfortunate that I have no attraction for them.
One should chant the holy name of the Lord in humble state of mind, thinking once explored in the straw and the street. One should be immortal in the tree, devoid of thought, devoid of all sense of false prestige, and ready to offer all respect to others. In such a state of mind, one can chant the holy name of the Lord constantly.
Almighty Lord, I have no desire to accumulate wealth, nor do I desire beautiful women, nor do I want any number of followers. I only want your causeless devotional service, breath after breath.
When my Lord, will my eyes be decorated with tears of love, flowing constantly when I chant your holy name? When will my heart shout up and when will the hearts of my body stand on and at the recitation of your name?
Oh, Govinda, feeling your separation, I'm considering a moment to be like 12 years or more. Tears are flowing from my eyes like torrents of rain, and I am feeling all vacant in the world in your absence.
I know no one but Krishna is my Lord, and he shall remain so even if he handles me roughly in his embrace or makes me broken-hearted by not being present before me, he is completely free to do anything and everything, for he is always my worshipful Lord unconditionally. Shri 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 Jai Chaitanya
Jai.
Mahaprabhu ki Jai Shri
Jai. Haribol.
Guru हो जन्म करे यदि श्रवण कीर्तन अद्विताय नापाय कृष्ण पदे if one is invested with the 10 offenses in chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, despite his endeavor to chant the holy name for many births, he will not get the love of God. That is the ultimate goal of this chanting. The offenses against the chanting of the holy name are as follows. First offense to blaspheme the devotees who have dedicated their lives for propagating the holy name of the Lord.
Second offense, to consider the names of demigods like Lord Shiva or Lord Brahma to be equal to or independent of the name of Lord Vishnu.
And to disobey the orders of spiritual master and consider him as an ordinary person.
Fourth offense, to blaspheme the Vedic literatures or literature in pursuance of the Vedic version.
Fifth offense, to consider the glories of chanting Hare Krishna to be in imagination.
Sixth offense, to give some interpretation on the holy name of the Lord.
Seventh offense, to commit sinful activities on the strength of the holy name of the Lord.
Eighth offense, to consider the chanting of Hare Krishna as one of the auspicious ritualistic activities offered in the Vedas as sweative activities, karma kanda.
Ninth offense, to instruct a faithless person about the glories of the holy name. Huh?
10th offense, to not have complete faith in the chanting of the holy names and to maintain material attachments even after understanding so many instructions on this matter. It is also an offense to be inattentive while chanting. Every devotee who claims to be a Vaishnava must guard against these offenses in order to quickly achieve the desired success. Krishna Prema. I offer my respectful obeisances unto all the Vaishnava devotees of the Lord. They can fulfill the desires of everyone just like desired trees, and they are full of compassion for the fallen souls. Vancha kalpatarupyas
Thank you so much.
Anand Koti